General Hospital spoilers tease that Lulu has finally awakened after years in a coma, but the brief joy of her return is quickly overshadowed by pain and loss as Sam pays the ultimate price with her life. Sam, always one of Lulu's most reliable friends, gets caught in a deadly confrontation between Lulu and Cyrus. While Lulu, consumed by anger and a desire for revenge over everything she has lost, confronts Cyrus, an unexpected turn of events leads to Sam being shot and killed. This tragic event not only sends Port Charles into another wave of turmoil, but also raises the stakes even higher, as Lulu must face not only her grief but also the heavy burden of Sam's death. After waking up from her long coma, Lulu isn't just facing changes in her life, but is also confronting a massive guilt and the chaos of recent events. Sam's death shocks the entire community and those close to her. Jason, who has lost the most important woman in his life, now has to bear immense pain while also dealing with the rift between him and Lulu. The chaos this causes makes all the relationships around them fragile, and Port Charles once again finds itself caught in a cycle of hatred and revenge. Instead of bringing happiness, Lulu's awakening marks the beginning of a series of chaotic and tragic events. Her loved ones must now not only adjust to her return, but also face the painful truth of Sam's death and the consequences that follow. A new storm is brewing, and Port Charles will never be the same again. When Lulu awakens after years in a coma, she is completely unprepared for the harsh reality that awaits her. Instead of being welcomed by her loved ones, she is met with a brutal truth. Her Aunt Bobby and nephew Spencer have died while she was unconscious. Everything Lulu missed during those lost years, the moments with her family, her children's milestones, and the loss of those she loved, has turned into a nightmare with no escape. The consecutive deaths of Bobby and Spencer leave Lulu in a state of shock, with the weight of grief crushing her spirit. The helplessness of not being there for them in their final moments makes Lulu feel as though she has lost everything. This not only breaks her heart, but also stirs a burning desire to find someone responsible for all the madness that has unfolded. Lulu's mind races with questions. Who caused all this suffering? Who will pay for the pain she is enduring? Lulu knows that it's not all just fate, that there are people behind the scenes pulling the strings. In her heart, only one goal remains: to find the person responsible for all these losses. As her memories come back, Lulu begins to suspect that Cyrus Renaud is the mastermind behind the tragedies her family has faced. Though Julian is dead, Lulu knows that Cyrus is still alive and remains a dangerous threat. Determined to hunt down the man who destroyed her life, sent her into a coma, and caused her loved ones to die, Lulu sets out on a quest for justice. Lulu's awakening not only brings with it pain and regret, but also ignites a fierce determination. She can no longer sit idly by and watch as everything around her crumbles. Lulu won't rest until she finds the person responsible and ensures they pay for what they've done. Her pursuit of justice is not just about easing her pain, it's about confronting the darkness in Port Charles, and she's ready to take on anyone who stands in her way to protect her family and reclaim her life. Lulu's return will bring unexpected twists, not only for herself, but for everyone connected to her. Now survival is no longer enough. Lulu is becoming part of the fight for truth and justice. And anyone who stands in her path will face the wrath of a woman with nothing left to lose. Driven by rage and a thirst for revenge, Lulu has decided that Cyrus Renaud must pay for what he has done. After waking from her coma and witnessing the loss of so many loved ones, Lulu can no longer keep her cool. The pain, combined with her anger, has transformed her into someone else, ready to attack anyone she believes has ruined her life. Cyrus, the man she has long suspected of being behind a series of tragedies, becomes her main target. As Lulu plans her revenge, she doesn't realize that she's slipping deeper into panic and losing control. Her anger clouds her judgment, and in a moment of chaos, she decides to confront Cyrus. However, things don't go as she expects. Sam, always trying to help and stand by those she loves, unwittingly gets caught up in the confrontation between Lulu and Cyrus. Just as Lulu is about to attack Cyrus, Sam appears and tries to stop her before she makes an irreversible mistake. But in the midst of her panic and uncontrollable rage, Lulu can no longer distinguish friend from foe. She believes everyone is against her and is only trying to survive. In a dark moment, Lulu attacks Sam, mistaking her for an enemy. Sam, never expecting Lulu to become so violent, has no chance to defend herself. The tragic outcome unfolds. Lulu accidentally kills Sam, an innocent person who was only trying to help her escape her anger. This incident causes everything to spiral out of control, becoming more chaotic than ever before. Sam's death not only brings immense pain to Jason and her loved ones, but also plunges Port Charles into a new state of disorder. Lulu, who has just woken from her coma, now faces an even greater tragedy. She has accidentally killed a friend, and that will haunt her forever. Lulu's life now spirals into guilt and panic. She not only has to cope with the losses in her family, but now must also bear the weight of Sam's death. The madness has reached a new peak, and once again, Lulu finds herself at the center of the tragedy. The question remains, can Lulu overcome this haunting burden, or will she sink deeper into a pit of guilt and despair?